Good evening, people. Welcome to Football Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading the love during this pandemic because we all need a little bit of loving, people. We all need a little bit of loving. Right, before I go any further, please check the ticker bar. Check the ticker bar. There you go. Change it. Apologies. Right. Please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. That's my Twitter. There's my Facebook down the bottom. And Instagram. Now, I don't like saying it, but you guys wanted me to put a link in the description, so there you go as well. Right, just a quick chat. I know Liam Williams is fighting tonight. People are saying it's midnight, so I just thought we have half an hour. Guys, do me a favor. If he comes out early, then let me know, yeah? But I do have a guest tonight. A quick one. And there we go. Hey Sam, how are you, my friend? You good?
I'm all right, mate. How you doing, Brownie?
Yeah, many fans. I know it was a very, very quick. There you go. It's better.
Ooh, look at that background. That's fancy. Wow, you're.
I know.
Next level stuff now.
Same background from me and the military gooner. You see, we were talking Jamaican football the other day.
Bloody hell! I feel like a Rastafarian now.
I know. Hang on. Let me change your background.
No, it's great. It's great. You don't have to change it if you don't want to. Just don't. Well, don't change it if you don't want to.
Yeah, no. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Next level stuff. This is.
I know. So how are you, my friend? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Yeah, holding on.
Thank you very much. I know we spoke earlier on today, and thank you very much for coming on. It basically was...
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries.
Basically was, I thought the Liam Williams fight was on earlier, and I thought, for fuck's sake, I'm not waiting another half an hour. So I thought, I'll jump on. And many thanks. So how's your day?
No
what have you been up to?
Oh, today I did a little bit of work this morning, then I've been out. I was out with a mate today. Just went out for a walk, and then we went to the next county, close to where I live, because the next county's opened up this week. They've actually got a few cafes open, so we went over to that county.
That's exactly what happened here. That's exactly what happened here.
My county's not opening for another couple of weeks probably, but yeah, it's been a nightmare, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, that's what we did today, and just got back a few hours ago. Just been chillaxing.
Well, good on you. Right, let's go into the chat for a minute. Hi, Finn. Hope you're well. I'm good. Tom. Hi, Tom. Hope you're well, my friend. Here he is. Well, see, Sam, you've already got one supporter in here as well already. Yeston. Good evening, Brownie. Hi, Yeston. Hope you're well. Matthew Price. About bloody time I joined the street. Yeah, it is about bloody time, because I tell you what, Matthew, I've been waiting for you to come on my stream to thank you ever so much for doing the two PayPal payments. I know we spoke about it privately, but I wanted to thank you live on air as well. So guys in the chat, please put a clap hands for Matthew. Many thanks, Matthew. Much appreciated, my friend. Republic of Arsenal. Hi, my friend.
That's Anthony. Anthony, mate. How you doing, mate?
There you go. About time he joined the stream as well. He's always late. He's late. We're having a drinking game podcast. Well, I've only now started. I'm still suffering.
What's that? Is that a plastic bottle you're on there?
No, it's just. You know what? I'm bloody product fucking placement now, isn't it?
Is that plastic? Is that a plastic bottle or is it glass?
Proper glass.
Good.
Good job. I won't go into the football. Man, you shouldn't have. What's cooking good looking? I know. Woohoo! There you go. Wash hands. Well, hey, you have to wash hands. What the fuck was that about? Finn, big summer ahead of Cardiff. Oh. Well, we'll talk about this now. And Ethan, hello, both. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in to chat.
Hello, right, Ethan. Hello.
Today's football, first of all, Sam. Started off West Ham shock. If I'm honest with you, something was expected with West Ham because they've been suffering from injuries. They got a thinner squad. I think quality wise, they got a thinner squad in the Premier League. How they've gone this far has been amazing. But I think that the injuries are now starting to mount up, and as a result, you've got the bigger squads now catching them. You got the Chelsea's and the Liverpool catching them now. They both got a game in hand, West Ham. So I feel a little bit sorry for them. I really do, because they've been amazing this season.
They might be losing. They might be losing at the end here now. I mean, they got into 4th place. The fairy tale story of the season. Yeah. And like you say, that small squad just getting to them. You got to have that backup. They've been lucky for most of the season, and they lost Declan Rice, and now it's getting worse. And like you say, if you don't have good backup in the Premier League, you're going to suffer. And that's what's happening with West Ham now. David Moyes has done a fantastic job getting as much as he has out of that squad. The team to get them to play this well. But you've seen the contours of it lately, because it's like 3 games in a row now. They've been 3-0 up and let in 2 or 3 goals and just crumbling. Letting the other team back in. And today they let in another 3 goals, didn't they? But this time they couldn't score 3 goals themselves, could they? So
it just shows how important Declan Rice has been. Also, as well, Agbona, their main man, has been missing as well the last few weeks, and that left wing back. I can't remember now. I can't remember names, but it also shows as well. Yeah. Antonio's hamstrings are like bloody breadsticks. He's gone again, and they've had to be, because they sold the backup striker in January. They refused to buy another striker. Bloody. It's only so long you can blag it. Do you know what I mean? It's only so long.
And they're key players as well. They really are. They're really important players. So it's going to be difficult when you lose your key players. And so it could be a bit of a bust for them at the end of the season, and they might not get that 4th place after all. But still, it's a magical season for them.
Really?
It really
is. I mean, it's sit or bust now. Next week they got Chelsea. Yeah, it is sit or bust.
Yeah, but, Chelsea look favourites for that.
Yeah. It. Well, I mean, apart from West Ham, right? Another thing as well, Sam. I know you don't normally take a piss out of my betting, but I just had a bet come in. 1-0 Wolves. I just had a bet come in.
Oh, well done.
So if Betfred, BioSports, if BioSports is watching this by any chance, right? It's justice for Brownie, right? Because I tried to cash out when he scored, and he refused me to cash out. And I thought, no, it's not going to be 25 minutes, and it's not going to be another goal. Well, it bloody was. So big F you to BioSports tonight, I tell you.
I didn't let you cash out, yeah? Oh,
I know. And then what was the other game? It was another game today, wasn't it? Or was it called it was semi-final, obviously.
At the semi-final, that was on. I saw a bit of that. I mean, it was boring. The first half was absolutely crap, but the second half picked up a bit. Yeah. But Chelsea just pipped it. I mean, Manchester United had a couple of good chances, and Chelsea just pipped it, and that's the end of the quadruple dream for Guardiola. I mean, Guardiola, he put out a bit of a weaker team today. He didn't have his strongest guys out there. He put out Sterling. Sterling's been crap. He was crap again today. And he didn't bring on Gundogan until into the second half, and he was just sort of like, it was like he was rotating, not trying to go for it.
Tinkering again.
Tinkering again. Yeah.
Remember a couple of years ago when people were on about quadruple, and all of a sudden within like 2 weeks,
it's all gone.
Out of the FA Cup to Wigan, I think. Then out of it, and I got a funny feeling that happened again. I think.
Yeah, I mean, they could. I mean, their main goal is the Champions League now, I think, of course, because they've already won the league, basically, haven't they? I mean, pretty much. So I think their main goal is the Champions League, because that is the jewel in the crown that Guardiola wants, isn't it? That's his. Yeah. I don't think he can sort of live down being at Manchester City with all that money and everything and not getting the Champions League. It would be failure in his eyes, I think, So he's going for that, and they look pretty strong in the Champions League, to be fair, if they put their full team out. So. Yeah, it's probably going to do well then in Champions League. It's going to be a good game anyway, no matter what. It's going to be a great game to watch. And
PSG, isn't it, in semi-final?
Yeah, that's going to be tough. It's a tough game for them. Of course, PSG are a good team. Pochettino's got them organised. Yeah. And but it was quite nice to see him lose today, though. To be honest, even though I hate Chelsea, they're both plastic oil country teams anyway. But it's I just I don't want that quadruple. You know,
you look at the final four, and I've said this before. The final four of the Champions League, you go one oil nation against another oil nation.
Yeah.
Right. PSG v Man City, and the other one, Real Madrid again. You got a Russian oligarch against a team who's cap in hand to the Saudi Arabia government.
Yep.
So welcome to modern football.
Yep, that's it. So it's all nations now.
And let's go to the Europa League. Well, as an Arsenal fan, are you happy?
Yeah, very pleased with that performance. That came out of nowhere, really. I mean, that performance was really good. I hope it can continue again tomorrow. We've got Fulham tomorrow. That's the problem's been consistency. See if we can continue tomorrow. But yeah, I'm well happy with that result, and bring on Emery and Villarreal in the semi-final. I think that's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a good game.
There was what a difference from the league performances to the. He needs this now. Arteta needs this.
Oh yeah, he needs it. I think he has to win the Europa League to win over all his skeptics, all his critics and everything. I don't think anything less is gonna win him over, and it's a tough ask. I mean, Villarreal are not easy, and then most likely
they turn it on a bit. Actually, they turn it on a bit. They beat Granada 3-0 in the La Liga a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of like the injuries are starting to come back, and I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think the away goals will be important in this tie. I really do think that.
Could be. I think Arsenal start away, so we're going to be home last. So hopefully we can get an away goal or two. Would be nice.
And for the record, Villarreal is an absolute shithole. So good job, Arsenal fans won't go there. I tell you what a shithole. I went there years ago to watch Everton in the Champions League qualifier.
Yeah, I mean we played them in the the semi-final of the quarter or semi-final in 2006. I think it was.
Champions League in 2009.
Yeah. We had Champions League 2006. So we played them. I think it was a semi-final. Riquelme missed the penalty. He missed the penalty. Lehmann saved it. Yeah, fantastic that was.
And also as well, do you think it's the main threat will be coming the other side of a draw where United got Roma?
You know what? I don't think Roma are pushovers. I think they're very well organised. I think United are going to have a hard time with Roma. I know they're expecting to be favourites and all that, but I don't think Roma's going to be that easy. And also, Man United have a bit of a history of bottling it in important games and ties lately, the last few seasons. So, it's they're not guaranteed to get in the final, United, even though it's most likely going to be them. They're going to have a tough game too. Roma, no pushovers, and same with us. Villarreal, they're a good team. They're going to give us a really hard match. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the odds and everything, that I think the two favourites to go to the final are the English teams, Arsenal and Man United, and it'll be a fantastic final between the two teams. To be honest, If it happens.
I know. If go on, and what's your prediction? Who's going to be the two teams in the final of both competitions?
So I reckon it's going to be Arsenal and Man United in the Europa League, and in the Champions League, it's not easy. But I do think Manchester City are just going to pip it because I know Guardiola is going to get those guys dialed in for that. He wants that really, really bad, and he's got a good team now, so I think he can do it. Even though PSG will be very difficult, so I'm thinking on the one side it's going to be City, and the other side you've got it could be Chelsea. Who are they playing again? Real Madrid, yeah. Real Madrid, sorry, of course. They're strong as well. I mean, that's a Champions League team, isn't it? I mean, that is the Champions League team. They're always so solid, aren't they, in that tournament?
I told people to watch Real Madrid on the second half of the season. Now they're really turning it on. Problem they have is that they got no backup. All their backup has gone out on loan for Benzema. Benzema drops out. They fucking. But Vinicius is turning it on.
Tuchel's got Chelsea playing well now. I mean, they beat Manchester City today. He's a very good tactician. He's getting a lot out of those players now. They're starting to gel a bit now at last. It looks like he's getting a tune out of Havertz now as well, which will help them. And it's going to be a tough one to call, that one. I'll probably go for Real Madrid probably over two legs.
I think so.
So I reckon it's going to be a Man City Real Madrid final, and that'll be good. That'll be a good game.
Well, I'm on that one. I'm going to PSG Real.
Okay.
I'm going to PSG Real. And go on, your prediction for the final of Europa League?
I reckon it's going to be Arsenal United. Yeah.
I'm going to make you unhappy now. I'm going to think United
of course you are.
Real.
Of course you are. You're always going to do that. I know you are. You're always going to fuck around with that.
Right, Tom, let's start. Right, Moyes should win manager of the season either way.
Definitely a candidate.
I agree. I mean, people don't realise just how many hurdles those owners have put in front of Moyes and his team. And if you remember, Sam, hours before the opening game against Newcastle, they sold that young striker to West Brom. Mark Noble then come out on Twitter, flagging off the owners.
Yeah,
he was then, they're in
turmoil. They're in turmoil. I remember going on on a stream talking to a couple of the West Ham fans before we played them. I think it was the second or third game of the season. I can't remember. It was very early in the season anyway, and they were like, we're expecting to have a really tough season. We're expecting to struggle down in the bottom half, maybe even towards the relegation zone. They weren't happy with the setup. They thought it was going to be really a big struggle. And then when they played us, we said, listen, that West Ham played a really good game against Arsenal. Yeah. And we were saying, listen, if you guys play like that, you're going to have a good season. And they were like, it's probably just a one-off or something like that. But no, they managed to maintain that for the whole season. Yeah. It's been fantastic. They've had a really, really, really good game. And how they've turned that around from, like you're saying, turmoil, behind the scenes, owners, very bad, controversial owners, all the fans hating want them out, and I mean, it's fantastic the way they've turned that around on the pitch anyway.
Absolutely. Finn, at least Man City didn't win today. Yeah. Thank you very much, Matthew. Much appreciated. You are
splashing the cash. Yeah.
Many thanks, mate. Yes, Finn, washing hands. Are you still under the sink and under the tap? Yes, Finn. Jesus, you'll have no hands left. Finn, I would like to see Guardiola at a club that does not have much money. I agree on that, Sam. I agree on that.
Yeah.
I
think Guardiola did a very good job at Barcelona. I mean, you got to see.
Yeah, but you already had them coming through, didn't you?
Yeah, but they still turned that team into a really good outfit, and won a lot of trophies. And there's also you've got to be a good manager to handle all those egos and all those players, and you got all those expectations. I mean, they expect you to win everything.
That team was incredible. That team was incredible. But I think not doing anything apart from domestic wins at Bayern, I think that...
Yeah, that was it. But Bayern is a bit of a bust, wasn't it? A bit of a bust at Bayern because they're Champions League. Yeah,
they were already Champions League when he started it, Yeah. They were the holders. Like Finn says, am I doing anything with Dia? Oh, here we go. Right. A week last Friday, and he's probably watching this. So hello, Steve. We've been talking.
Hello, Steve.
We've been talking today anyway. Look, I messed up a week last Friday. He then went on a bit of a strop, threw his toys out of a pram, which I fully understand. I'll be honest with you, fully understand. But we will be getting back, no problem. Just listen, me and Steve have go back a long time. We argue constantly. We have not spoken for months in some occasions, years on some other occasions, right? Right. So a little tiff between us lasted 2.5 weeks is no problem. We will be back because everyone has been asking. Billy, Arsenal should have kept Wenger. Arsenal hope. No, I don't agree.
Nah,
I don't
we
agree.
kept him about 5 seasons too long as it was.
Yeah, I think after that FA Cup win against Hull, I think that should have been.
That's it. He should have bowed out then.
Yeah. Finn, the problem with Arsenal fans is that they look at the past too much, player for player. They have not. Would you agree with that, Sam? Or?
Yeah, I do think we do look a bit too much at the past because there are a couple of positions we've been lacking ever since the Invincible squad. When that squad, we had to build up a new squad after them. They're like the defensive midfield position. We never really replaced that, and so yeah, we do look back at that. But I think our squad is getting better now. I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's strange that Wenger never done. Okay, apart from Campbell is probably the last one. Never really dealt with the centre back issue. Never really dealt with the CDM issue.
He's gone for a bit. Not really like big names, of course, and that was also down to we didn't really have the money available until about 2012, 2013. That's when he could open the taps a bit and buy a bit more. But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of sort of hope. Buying a player from some other division, hoping, like Koscielny. Koscielny was a gamble, and he's turned out okay. He had a pretty good stint. But yeah, things like that. And you got Mertesacker, who was a bit on his way out, sort of in Germany, but still a decent defender. It's been at that level there, never really top level, but it's we struggled a bit with that with Wenger.
Matthew, and he comes back still in the bloody shower here. That's on about washing his hands. No worries. Football. Who Arsenal got tomorrow? Are they playing tomorrow?
Yeah, we're playing Fulham tomorrow, early kickoff.
Oh right, okay. What do you fancy?
I think we should do Fulham. We're playing them at home, so we absolutely crushed them in the first game of the season away, 4-0, wasn't it?
So when is the next round of Europa?
It's in 2 weeks again, isn't it? I think.
Okay, so they probably rest the better player or they rest the starting.
Yeah, so tomorrow's an opportunity to rest some players, definitely. Because we got Everton the next Friday. We want to beat them because, like I told you today.
Oh yeah.
If we win against Fulham tomorrow and beat Everton on Friday, we go ahead of them on the table. So
I got a gentleman bet with Ray from Arsenal fan circle, guys. American channel, great channel. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, please check them out. But we've had a gentleman bet all season, but I said Everton will finish above Arsenal this year. 3/4 of the season on top. Now, unfortunately, my arse is looking like that. Because I know how my bets have been in recent times, I tell you. And Sam reminds me of it.
Yeah, I know. I have this ongoing joke with you. It's like, whatever you bet, we'll just bet the opposite then, because that's what's going to happen.
That's right. Honestly. Finn comes back and says, I think Gabriel Martinelli is underrated. You agree with that, Sam?
Yeah, I think he is a bit underrated. He hasn't really played much this season, but he had his first full game now, the last game, and he played really well, and he scored a goal as well. And he's going to develop, and I think we're going to see more of him next season, and potentially he's going to be a fantastic player. He's got so much potential there. I think he can be really, really good. And Arsenal, I think we've got some youngsters coming through. I think we could turn into a bit of like an Ajax. I think a bit of an Ajax model with some youngsters and a couple of decent players around him. And I think I think we're going to be a pretty good team in the next couple of seasons if our youngsters develop.
Remind me, Sam, who was telling you constantly for the last few months? Just remind me.
What? Tell you
to
what.
To trust the process.
Arteta hasn't got a choice, mate. He hasn't got a choice. The money's not there with the players.
That is what I was saying. Cheddars would back me up. Cheddars is coming out. Cheddars, hope you're well, my friend. He says next season is big season. You either have no Europa League football or you're playing in the Champions League. Either way, it's good for Arsenal.
Well, I don't really agree with that. I mean, yeah, of course, if we get in the Champions League, that would be good. But listen, I know we've got nothing to really do in the Champions League, but it's good to be there. And the money, we need the money, and we need the exposure as well to be able to maybe get some decent players. Because I think it's going to be key how this season ends. If we win the Europa League, so we're going into the Champions League next season, that will mean we can look at a whole different level of players. In the summer. I mean, it opens up so many doors.
That's what West Ham are like. They're like, hang on. One moment we're looking at 3 transfers from a championship, and now we're looking at Aguero.
Yeah, exactly. And if we lose, and it's a bust next season. We have no Europe, and that's not good for us financially. I mean, at all, because our whole budget's all set up for the Champions League and everything. So that's going to be tough. Even though I know the idea is then we can focus everything on the league and maybe do better in the league. But we need to be in Europe. We're set up for that. That's what we're set up for.
I don't really know how the Europa Championship is going to.
Mate! I know. Load of bollocks. Have you seen the new setup for the Champions League from the 2024-25 season?
Has it actually been voted in? I don't know.
I think it has. I think it's going to happen from the 24-25 season. Mate, you need a fucking degree.
I haven't actually, because there's been
you need a degree to understand it.
The things they do to stop the bloody the European League. That's what it is.
The Super League. That's what it is. Yeah. Stop the Super League. So it's going to turn into one league, basically, of I think it's full 12 teams. I think it is, or something like that. 12 or 14 teams, and then what's going to happen is the top 8 are going to go onto a further second league, in groups and that. And it's so complicated. I couldn't fucking understand it. It's absolute rubbish.
Well, did you hear about Florentino Perez, the election over here? Absolute disgraceful, man.
What's happened there? I didn't see that.
No, when he got voted in 2012, I think it was, right?
Right.
He basically changed the bloody the way in which candidates can be put forward.
Oh, right? God. Yeah.
Right. So you had 3 candidates ready to. In fact, some of the polls were actually showing that Perez was losing. Then all of a sudden, someone has a brainwave. Hang on, how about that clause you put in back in 2012? So they went back to that clause, and all of a sudden, legally, none of those 3 candidates can now stand against him. That means that he's been sworn in as president until 2024. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
That is just madness, isn't it? I mean, that sounds like one of these banana states, doesn't it? One of these dictatorships.
So if anyone in the chat, or if you see anyone on social media, because it does happen quite a lot now because of the way ownership in the UK is bloody going, and they say we need a fan style ownership like Barcelona and Real Madrid. Well, I tell you what, you check out what Florentino Perez has done. It's an absolute disgrace. It's like Franco all over again.
Yeah, it's just.
And I'll say that now. I'll have a knock on the door, and I'll be taken away. And you won't see me ever again.
Kidnapped. Brownie kidnapped.
Finn comes back. My opinion, Solskjaer would never win a league. I agree. Do you agree on that, Sam?
He's done well. I think people have to give him credit for what he's done with United. I think he's done a good job. But whether he can take them to that next level up to to actually win the league, I don't know. I think maybe he's not good enough for that. But
is it?
They're in second though. They're in second. Isn't that a good achievement? I mean, people thought he was going to get sacked. A year ago.
Do you think he's basically said to the likes of Pogba, who, let's be honest, 6 months ago was opening his mouth, he wanted to move things, and he said, look, You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Let's just get to the summer, and then we see what happens.
Yeah, probably.
You know,
but Solskjaer has got a tune out for a few of those players, hasn't he? You know, he's getting, he's got them playing well together, and that. And it looks like Greenwood's definitely come into form now, hasn't he? Scoring, got goals, playing really well.
Right? He's done wonders with Luke Shaw, to be honest.
Yeah, Luke Shaw, he's got a lot out of him. Yeah, so I think Solskjaer deserves a lot more credit than what he gets. But
you never
whether he can
from me, you would never.
No, of course not. I know what he did at Cardiff was rubbish. I know that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's good enough to actually win the league. I think he's a bit. Maybe not quite that level, but they're in second, so I mean that's not bad, is it? I mean,
well, I had a debate. It was a debate really on Facebook on one of the in one of the Cardiff kind of forums, and who was the worst manager? Because at this moment, the problem with it's like any club really. A problem with Cardiff fans at the moment, they were like, "Oh, Neil Harris, worst manager we've ever had." Well, a guy who actually said it must have been like 25 at the most. Right, and I'm like, mate, you need to look back at exactly where Cardiff were in the 80s and 90s. I tell you, do you know what I mean? Fourth tier, trying to fight against relegation out of the league, And I say, okay, if you look at modern times, in my opinion, Solskjaer was the bloody worst because he spunked a lot of the money in which was given to him.
Yeah.
And then a guy comes back and he said, well, look where Solskjaer is now. But that's not the point. The debate is about what happened when he was at Cardiff.
Yeah.
It kind of like deflects any blame Solskjaer had, any managerial blame, not just with Cardiff, but with Man United previously, just because where they are now. That's not the kind of. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He did a terrible job. And I remember here in Norway, the media were actually sort of they thought it was a bad move for him because they thought Cardiff wasn't a good team to go to for him. They thought that their style of football, that type of squad they were, didn't suit him. And basically it was just Solskjaer jumping on the first chance he had to get into the Premier League and and get a good payday and get a bit of that
It was bad. It was the environment at the time wasn't good. The way in which Malky Mackay was sacked, but never mind. Let's go on.
Yeah,
I could do another fucking show about that.
No, basically it was him taking the first chance he could to get in the Premier League, and he shouldn't have taken it. Cardiff weren't a good match for him.
Yeah, Cheddars. I do not want to play in the Europa League. Oh yeah, he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he? I'd rather lose every Premier League game. I hate that tournament. You know what?
That's a bit hard. I think that's a bit strong.
I do because I think the prize money in the Europa League has got better from before, and also as well outside of the UK, it's taken quite seriously. It really is taken quite seriously outside of the UK because, like other competitions, this is why Villarreal, Granada have been taking it seriously because. Sometimes, for many clubs, it may well be the only way of getting some silverware for that season, because of the Real Madrids, the Atletis, the Barças, So, it's always that version of a Premier League strongest league. Yeah, I take that on board. But realistically, will Liverpool win the league next season? Probably not. So, go for it.
Yeah, I think it's basically the old UEFA Cup, isn't it? It was a second tier European Cup, and it was a big trophy. The UEFA Cup. It's a difficult trophy to win. You're playing good teams. I mean, you got to remember Champions League teams come into the Europa League halfway through it. Yeah. They drop in, and you get some good teams come in. It's a tough trophy to win. Yeah, it's not the same as a Champions League, of course, but it's second tier, so it's still a tough trophy to win. Yeah, I think it deserves a bit more credit than what it gets.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose now they're bringing in that Europa Conference League. I mean, fuck off. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's the point of that?
I'm struggling to understand it too.
I mean, we're going to go and play like some team in Siberia, and you're going to go and fucking play. What, you're going to go to Greenland and play Ugawuki Igloo FC or something? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, how it's meant to be is that the cup winners, like the old Cup Winners' Cup, that's how it's meant to be, okay?
Yeah.
Right? But then if, for example, I know Barcelona has won it, they won the Cup, they were 4-0 up before we went live. But because they'll be in the Champions League, then so it may be Bilbao or someone like that. But I don't know. It's like Gibraltar will have more teams in this Europa Conference than England will have. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how they. I don't know how they set it up. I don't know how they set it up. I just know it's going to be full of crap teams, and that is a tournament you don't want to be in, because that's just set up basically to create more money and a gimmick and get more teams into Europe and blah blah blah. It's just, I mean, that's a joke, that is. But I miss the old days. I miss the Cup Winners' Cup. I miss the Cup Winners' Cup because you actually had to win a cup to get into it, and it was you always had good teams in it. It was. I mean, look at that. Look at the games in the early the teams. The early 90s. Arsenal in '94. Parma, that Parma team we beat in the final. We were we were quite lucky to beat them. Of course, typical George Graham, smash and grab. But Alan Smith for that fantastic goal.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Cup Winners' Cup.
But that Parma team, I mean, they were a really good team. I mean, there were stars all over that team. And then it's a shame. And then of course it's all about money now and all that. The Champions League turned into a complete. Oh, hello. The Champions League turned into a bit of a farce, really. I mean, the old days when you had to, it was just the winner. That was it, the league winner, and that was it. You won the league, you got into the European Cup.
That's why the UEFA.
That for me is what the Champions Cup. That's for me what the Champions League should be. For me, I would rather have a Champions League full of just champions from all over Europe. For me, that's a lot more fair than bringing in number 2, 3, 4, and whatever from all over.
That's why the UEFA Cup was so strong, because you had second to fourth. You had second to fourth in the UEFA Cup.
Exactly,
but you still had.
Remember when Liverpool? I mean, that was a fucking joke. Remember when Liverpool won it, and they didn't qualify for the fucking.
That was a year. That was a year.
There was a team. Which team was it? Which team lost their fucking position?
No. What happened? The year before they won it, right? The year before they won it, but then the following year, at that time, the winners wouldn't automatically go into the Champions League.
Yeah.
They finished fifth. Everton finished fourth.
Right.
But because they created a bloody threw toys out of a pram, they said, "Oh no, we need to go in it because we won it last season."
Yeah.
That meant Everton had to go into the qualifying round, right? Which then meant that in the qualifying round they ended up playing Villarreal, who ended up going to the semi-final on a freaking tournament in the qualifying round. Everton once again.
And there was actually a team at the bottom. One of the small teams. I can't remember which team it was, but there was a small team that was actually qualified. That Liverpool took their place.
That's right. Yeah. I can't remember which, but yeah.
Imagine how pissed off they must have been. I mean, that small team, because that's big money to them, isn't it?
Team or something. It was like a Polish.
Yeah, because that's a big payday for them to get in the Champions League, and all of a sudden, no, sorry, Liverpool, who fucking finished fifth, they're going to take your place. I mean,
Once again, Liverpool. Yeah. The actions of Liverpool do Everton over.
Yeah, exactly.
We won't go into that. Cheddars.
He's talking about the Champions League, the new Champions League format. It's going to be voted in because it's more teams and more money, and it's an absolute that new format is that I can't even understand. Like I think you need an advanced.
Over a weekend.
Go and have a look at it because you need an advanced degree to understand it. It is absolutely shocking.
Right, Chadwick. I haven't seen Chadwick for ages.
Yeah, right, Chadwick.
If Arsenal make a finals, they'll get a bid back to you. If Arsenal make finals, they get a bid back to the Europa League. In my opinion, they have to win. They have to win, no excuses. Brownie, you look like Mkhitaryan. Fucking hell. Hey, I hope I don't have Mkhitaryan's passport, otherwise I won't be able to get into Azerbaijan. The United board and Ollie are match made in heaven. Oh, come on, man. Oh, yeah, I can see what he's getting at.
Yeah, I mean, they're happy with him, aren't they?
Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Okay, no problem. Yeah,
he just does what they want, doesn't he? He's a good boy.
Yeah. That's probably why Vincent Tan had him at Cardiff. Stan is in the house, I see.
Yeah, big up Stan. Stan the man. How you doing,
Stan, mate? I got the taquini on, brother.
Yeah, there he is.
In my opinion, what league is stronger, La Liga or Bundesliga or La Liga by a country mile? In my opinion, Sam?
Well, La Liga, yeah. I think La Liga.
Absolute country mile. Yeah, how many German teams are now in the semi-finals of either Europa League or Champions League?
No, it's Bundesliga, yeah. It's not quite up to the Liga standard.
No, it's Farmers League. Cheddars, Conference League is a good idea. We're shrinking the Europa League, making it more prestigious. I prefer the old days, man. It's all because even the Champions League was all because of the European League. Look, in my opinion, if the teams want their own separate league, just leave them go. Because when did the Champions League change? 20 years ago, 15 years ago?
Yeah, it was basically
15 years ago. Time.
It's basically the start. It's basically the start of the Premier League era, wasn't it? About the same time. Yeah.
I mean, FIFA and UEFA both warned the players, right? You would not be playing any international football if you went for a separate league. So leave that in a players' code. Well, you're trying to tell me the players wouldn't want to go for the World Cup? The players would run a mile from those teams. I'm telling you. Balboa Biggins. What's he on about now?
Balboa Baggins, I don't know.
What's he on about now? If Spurs win the League Cup, they enter the conference. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Stan, Champions League should only be for the champions.
Yes.
There you go. Or go back calling you. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So they call it the Champions League, and fucking half the teams there aren't even champions. That's what pisses me off about it.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder, since they called it the Champions League, how many Champions League winners have actually won the league?
That is a good question, because a lot of the teams who have won it aren't champions. I know. That's the thing. Yeah, it's a good question.
You know what? Because I'll be bored later, I'll actually check that out. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's a good. I don't think it's many, to be honest.
No, me neither. International teams should be managed by a person from our country. Or depends, or Stan. I mean, if the country is small, what are they going to have Joe Blogs from the pub, the Cock and Hen or something? Yeah,
like Sam Marino, the fucking bus driver.
So I can see what he's getting at for the larger countries, but it doesn't really work for the smaller countries. Chadwick. Stan the man, Canada, Steve Nash. I'm got a clue what he's on about. I'm got a clue what he's on about.
He's on mushrooms tonight, I think.
I enjoy when they do talk to one another. It's a bit
yeah.
International teams should just be players and a manager from the said country.
I do think there's too many games for the international. There's too many international games. There is too many.
And you know what?
And that stupid League of Nations crap. I mean, that is just. That's just bollocks.
I still haven't got a clue what it's about. If I'm honest, I still haven't got a clue what it's about.
Stupid.
What's I going to say? Yeah, right. Regarding too many games, completely agree with too many games. And you know what? The downside to that, in my opinion, and probably Stan as well as an older football follower. When you got records being broken, like Rooney's record for England, against Bobby Charlton, and all that, the goal scoring records, you can't really compare, because how many San Marinos and everything like that has Rooney played against? Whereas Bobby Charlton, because it wasn't that many internationals, Bobby Charlton, the opposition likes of Bobby Charlton were up against was far, far tougher than what Rooney was up against,
That's a good argument, actually.
And it's not just that, it's other things, it's international caps and things like that, the most capped player and things like that, and it completely ruins the legacy of previous players, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different age now, isn't it? So it's like it's everything's all different. You can't really compare it anymore, in my opinion. It's just you got to look at it as the modern age and the old days. Unfortunately.
I know. I'll tell you about the old days as well. I've got a couple of announcements today. Can we just knock on ahead? Let's do one from Frederick. Hi, Frederick. Hope you're well. Do any of you guys like watching Serie A? I liked it when it was good. If I'm honest.
Well, yeah, it was really strong in the 90s, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good now.
I went to the Milan derby 2001 or 2002. Unfortunately, the only photos I have were from a throwaway camera, unfortunately. So the photos weren't that good. But bloody hell, I was looking good in them days, Sam, I tell you. But yeah, went to Milan derby, went to what was officially the away end. Inter won 1-0, and it was my best footballing experience for many years until I went to the last Euros when Wales played Belgium at one time. That smashed it then, yeah, if you do have a chance to go to a Serie A game, I would highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, they've got a good atmosphere, haven't they, in the big games?
I'd love to do a Rome derby, actually. I'd love to do a Rome derby.
Yeah, that could be a good one as well. Yeah.
There's what the Cardiff City show. It will come back now. It will. No, Cardiff City show. Dan has taken on
high demand.
Yeah, I know. Dan's taken on more work, and it will come. It will come back definitely. Anyway, right. Sam, I'll leave you go because I know you only come here for half an hour or so.
Yeah.
I want to watch his fight as well. Right. I'll answer the last few questions. I'll finish off, and then good luck to Liam Williams as well in the boxing.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Brownie.
Many thanks.
Good seeing you,
thanks, Sam.
Have a good night, mate. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
Right, guys. Okay, let's answer Chadwick's question first. Swansea might move up to a Premier League, Brownie. I don't think they will, actually. I don't think they will. Something tells me that it could be Bournemouth in the end. Or I was about to say Barnsley. Yeah, I was about to say Barnsley, but they lost. They lost the other day, so I don't know. Will they turn a corner? Gary DWTT, hi guy, hope you're well. Yeah, just my sound. Just going to finish off. And Finn, am I going live tomorrow? Probably. We'll see. But you know what? Thank God. Before I go into the announcements of the channel, thank you everyone in the chat tonight. Much appreciated. Basically, because this has been the most chilled out chat room I've had for the last few shows, and I don't know if you guys would agree, but it when you get dickheads in a chat room, it kind of like spoils the rhythm of the show. It spoils it for everybody. So thank you very, very much for people in the chat. Much appreciated. Right, I'll just go through a few. There's been a few announcements on my Twitter today. So if you're not on Twitter, I'll just mention briefly. Right, I don't know if you guys are subscribed or if you ever come across Flying Pig United YouTube channel. That's a lovely guy. He is one of my very good YouTube friends who's given me so much advice and support throughout the last few months. Well, more in the last few months, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a podcast chilled out chat with Flying Pig United. That will hopefully be this week. The international, the World of Football show. I think this week's going to be we'll be looking at Russian football. Right. Also as well, Cardiff City legend has agreed to come onto my chat. Onto the channel. Podcast. I hate calling them podcasts, if I'm honest with you. Just a chilled out chat. Cardiff City legend, former Irish international as well. So that would be good. And then also as well, an old friend who is former Manchester City and former Chelsea player, has also agreed to come on for podcast stroke chilled out chat. That's going to be at the first week of May. So there's a lot. Listen, I'm working my backside off for to make this channel a success. Please help in sharing the channel, telling your friends, telling your mates, telling your dogs, telling your cats, everyone, because we need those subscribers up, guys. Yeah, I really hope that it's coming across just how dedicated I'm getting into making this channel a success, because without your support, then it's useless. I may as well shut up shop now. So I hope that those 3 announcements. So we got Flying Pig United coming on, who's he's got nearly 40,000 subscribers. We've got a Cardiff City legend and former Irish international coming on, and we've got a former Manchester City and Chelsea player as well coming on. Those, together with the Czech ambassador, it just shows, the channel is going in the right direction. So please, I'm begging you now, guys. Yeah, let's help make this channel a success and try and convince other YouTube account holders to become subscribers as well. Right, I am going. Come on, Liam Williams, you can do it tonight. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Adios. Good night.